What's up, everybody? Welcome to part 5. This would be part 6, but as y'all know, stupid junk gets removed and stuff for copyright. There's no music in the stupid thing, basically. So, yeah, part 5. Putting it together. We have all our stuff out here. So, let's start by assembling this front end. My dad's gonna film me, so let's get it. Alright, everyone, now I'm gonna get some grease and put on this bolt because it moves a lot in the process of riding. Hold on. Let me just squirt some across it and then I'll smear it out. There. Remove this, smear it around. Right there. I'll put the glove on. Like this. I'm mad because I filmed all the footage for that video and it just got taken down. So it's stupid. And I can't get the footage back because I edit on my phone, but I'm going to start editing on a computer so I can keep footage in case that happens like that. I'm just going to spread it around on there. Alright. I need to bolt stand up. Like that. Alright, now let's run this arm through it. Already got grease on it. Alright. Yeah, I remember you have to go in through the bottom. Oops, it don't go in. Kind of gotta go in at an angle too. All my grease is basically off. Wait, it'll be alright. Then, let me get something to hit it. It'll be alright. I have to clean the surfaces up of it. We want it to stay clean. Now let me get the right size of, no, that's not the right size. This is going to be, no, we're going to go to the big one. Do we have a reach big enough for it? That's the problem. We don't, but we do have a socket big enough for it. And I'll just get an adjustable wrench. Now that ain't, it's too big. Let me get the right socket size and stuff and I'll be back. Alright, everyone, I have the right stuff. Now I'm going to tighten this down. Let me get this. Boom. So now let's move on to the next part. Alright, we're going to put the shock on now. I'm going to have to use my knee here. Bolt through. Alright, now let me put my nuts on the back. going to tighten these down. We'll move on to the spindles. Alright, now I'm going to put my spindle on for this side. So let's go ahead and put it on. I'll rub some grease on this bolt. Put the nut to the bottom of it. Grab the nut on there. Now let me get my wrench. Try not to. Gotta crank it from the bottom because it moves at the top. The paint on the threads is really a workout. So let me tighten this up and we should be good. Alright, now I'm going to put my tie rods on. I'm going to try to get these through here without scratching everything up. Has to be tightened up on the spindle. Right through here. Put my bolt on. My dad's beard hair is right here. So, yeah. Now, just tighten these down, and I'll get back to you and we'll put the tire on. Alright, it's tight. Alright, that's good. Now I'm going to put some air in my front tire because that's what's going on the spindle now. I need air. It's at 14 pounds. See how much that was. Probably too much. It's about 20. And go a little left. How many pounds is that? Okay, yeah. Alright, we're like just above 14, so we're good. Now, get it on. Alright, now let's put our front tire on. This whole front inside's done. The other side should get a little faster. I put grease on this. And go ahead and wipe it off. Just because it might be a little hard to clean up. Alright, now we can slide our wheel on and pack the bearings with fresh grease. And then my washer, bolt, is not me. I'm going to touch up all the bolts too. Just been getting another can of orange spray paint. I'm I'm gonna touch up them all when I'm done. Sorry I couldn't watch the hanger, because that was a good video. There we go. Front tires on. Alright, I just did a little time lapse. And hold on, forgot to grease the inside of the bearings. And then we'll put the tire on. Alright, I just greased them. I greased the spindle and slide it out. That one on really easy. Tighten this down on there. I gotta paint this bolt when it gets on there. I'm gonna get a little brush and do it. Don't want to tighten too tight when your wheel gets. That's a little too tight. Yeah. I do it till it barely has any drag. Right there. And we should have a working front. And I have to make them straight, but yeah. It's good. I gotta redo this. So, I'm gonna redo this and then I'll see what I'm putting on next. Alright, now we moved to the back, we got the front aligned, perfect. Now we're gonna put the swing arm on and stuff. And it should be pretty easy. Gotta try not to scratch it all up. It went. Boy, I'm gonna have to get 2 people to do this. So, I'll set y'all up. Alright, we got some modifications for the bucket. Now, we're gonna put our bolts for the back swing arm. Then we gotta tighten down. Bang. Now let me get the stuff to torque them down, buddy. Alright, I got the bolts tightened up. I didn't film it, it was kind of hard. But now I'm probably gonna should I put the shocks in? I don't know if I put the shocks in or actually. Y'all see in the next clip. Alright, I'm putting the shock for the rear on now. Got my helper, my neighbor. Bam. Nuts. Now I'm gonna tighten these ones down. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna get this tightened down and get the other one done, and then I'll get back to y'all. Alright, now me and my dad are gonna lift this axle in here, and then when it's in there, I'll get y'all and we're gonna put the bolts on. And that one got a little trimming. Alright, me and my dad got the axle in. We couldn't film it because it's like hard to do. We got it bolted down. But now I need to get brakes all put together and on. So let's do it. Alright, now that we have the axle in, I can install the brakes. So come over here. So see, I'm gonna slide this up in here, and I'm gonna put my brake cable. Go ahead and do that. Doesn't really matter what side. I'm assuming this was this side just because how clean it is. I'll go ahead and put this through. Go ahead and get that done. Get our brake, these in. Oh, don't scratch the pipe. I'll get that later. But this piece right here goes up. Okay, I'll have to situate this. Let me get these hooked up and then we'll record again. Alright, I have this cable on in there. Now I'm going to put this on. This piece is really stiff on there. I almost need to kind of get it in there. And well, this bolt went on the inside. This needs to go all the way over here. And then I need to put this bolt in because it was used as like a little spacer. Put that in, bring it up. Now I need to push. It's coming. Go through there. You dirty. Oh gosh. Alright, got that on. Now I'm gonna tighten all this stuff down for the brakes and we'll have brakes. So let me do that. Alright everyone, I have it tightened down. Everything's tightened down, got them working good. They drag just a little bit, but yeah, they work. So that's that. Now, I think I'm gonna toss the steering wheel on, so hold on, let me do a transition. Ooh, that was clean. Here's the steering wheel. Does have to be adjusted again because this is straight on the steering wheel, like that. So yeah, steering wheel's on. Check that junk off. the next thing we have to do is the rear tires. So let's pop these suckers on. Alright, okay. Alright, got the tire. This is going to be a pain to do because there's a little key thing inside of this and I have to line it up on the wheel for it to go on. Oh crap, I got it. I gotta clean these tires up. Probably should have did that while they were off, but I didn't. Let me get this on there fast. Alright, I have it wiggled on there. It took a little bit of force. Now we got Big Boy ready to put it on. Okay, let me just crank it on there. Alright, it's going on. What? My brother's over there saying rookie move. As you eat Junior Mints, keep standing over there and eat Junior Mints. Stop talking. That should be good. It's on there. Alright, got the other tire on. That tire's on. Now I have to do the seat frame, and get the seat belts ready. So I'm gonna figure out how to do this because I forgot how it was, and then we'll do it. Alright, my dog's barking, but figured it out, but it's too hard to film. Well, it's not really. I just have nowhere to set it up, and my thing just broke. One of the legs, I only got two now, so I can't say chill up. So 3, 2, 1, and boom! They're put on. Now let's take them to the car, baby. Set it down in there for a second. Alright. Alright, let me get this really fast. And we'll record. Alright, now the next time y'all see it, the rack will be here and the seat belts will be ran over. So let's do a little illusion and snap transition. Boom! There it is, it's in. Now I'm gonna throw this seat in, I'm not gonna record it, and then we can run the rest of the bars. So let me get this seat in real quick. Alright, what is up everyone? It's morning time. Let me check what time it is. It's 10 on the dot basically. But last night my GoPro died like right after we did these bars. And I don't know if I had the seat in yet. Pretty sure I did, but I just went ahead and finished putting it together. I just put these bars on. There's really nothing to it. So, yeah, the go-kart's built, but we have to put the engine in today. So, this is how it looks. It's basically done the main-ish part. So, I guess the first thing we're gonna do is, the really first thing that we can do is slap the engine in, but there's a few things that I need to change, like the steering wheel. I need to move it down here from these bolts one over so the steering wheel is straight, and then one of the seat belts is wrong, so I have to switch it around, but I'm not going to record me doing that. I'll do that later. after I get the motor in. But I have a Predator 224 max performance. And then I have a 30 series Juggernaut torque converter from Go Power Sports that I'm gonna slap on that thing. But I got the Juggernaut because it's better for like high RPM engines, but if I ever like get a high RPM engine, I already have the torque converter for it. So we need to get that engine into the go-kart. So let's do it. All right. I don't know if this is gonna stay, but I'm gonna grab this engine up from over here. Let me grab it. Hold on. Put it on my phone. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna have this sit the engine on. So let me go grab the engine now. I don't know why there's like dog slobber on it, but there is. Now, we gotta put it in there. So yeah. Alright, before I put the engine in the go-kart, I have to turn this around. They have multiple holes for it because they know you're going to turn it this way most of the time probably. So, because I can't pull towards the seat. So, I got to spin this around where the pull starts coming this way. So, yeah. Alright, I just had to charge my GoPro up a little bit. But now, I'm about to put the engine in. I do not think I need a little plate. And if I do, I'll take it all back out. Gotta even go forward side. And the tripod. Alright, I'm gonna go attempt to put this on the GoPro. I'm going to be going sideways. That's how I had to take the old engine out. I just don't know how yet. Okay. I have to do it like this. In there. That's going to be hard to get in there. I'll put you on timeouts because this is going to take a while. Alright, I have the engine sitting in the go-kart. I'm going to leave it loose just in case the chain needs to be, you know. But I have to put my torque converter on. And let me just say, I don't know how to do that. But I'm going to figure it out. So, let me do some walking up in the end and see if I can figure this out. Alright, everyone. I watched a YouTube video. And I know how to do it now, I think. Gotta start with this. What am I hitting? now. Hold on, let me see what I'm hitting. All right, everybody, I took the engine out. My dad's home now. I got the engine out because I had to take it out to put the stuff on. So now, let's put the stuff on. We gotta put the plate on first. So let's get it on there. All right, now we got it on here. We have these in there, hand tightened with a little bit of drill. But the guy said do 3 ugga-duggas on it, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start on this one. We already have them like semi-tight, but hold on, let me try this. That was a lot. That was a lot. That was a lot. I'm gonna let my D-Dog do this. So, yeah, bye. We'll get these tightened. They're in. Yeah. All right, everyone. My dad got these bolts tightened down. Now I'm going to put this on. So I just watched the video. We do this washer first onto the back. Get it lined up with the thing, then we'll get our key. I don't know what they're really called. I don't know. Just to hold everything together, I guess. And then our sprocket. This is the one that I will be using. So now, let me slide the sprocket on. Then we can put our pulley on. Gotta line it up with the there we go. Have that on. Now what you do is your washer, and then this needs to slide back some more. Then your bolt. So I'm gonna get my dad to tighten these down, and we'll be ready to roll. All right, this is tightened down. Now I'm gonna put my belt on. Gotta make sure flat side goes on the flat side. Like this. And now you have to get this pulley, put this on, but let me put my spacers on. And then we have to get this little key, put it on, and then put this on. So let's get it down. All right, everyone, we got it on. I just started it. I forgot to record. I'm stupid, but it works great. It's like a juggernaut, like they say it works. So now we're gonna put it back in the cart. All right, everybody, got the engine in. Now we're gonna hook the throttle cable up again, and I have my chain soaking in some carb cleaner, get all the grease off, make it new. So now, all I gotta do is hook the throttle cable up and put the chain on. We'll be ready to ride. All right, everybody, we're about to put the throttle cable on, but don't y'all remember the throttle cable I bought for my carburetor? There it goes. Just watch this. Brand new throttle cable has to get cut.
Daddy would buy some good tools.
Oh, these son of a bitchin' cutters.
All right, my blind brother's recording me. He's not blind, he just said he couldn't see where he was filming. I about dropped the screw again. Last clip was pretty, I don't even know. Now, we're putting it in. And why'd you put so much throttle cable through there?
Because I wanted to make sure you had enough in there, and when you give it gas, I didn't want the throttle cable to come out.
Alright. Okay, throttle cable's installed. Alright, everybody. The throttle cable is ran. So now I'm going to put my chain on. Really fast. So let me toss the chain on and we'll put the master link on. Alright, everyone. The old chain, I got it on. It was too short. So I went to the Tractor Supply and got 10 feet of chain and a chain cutter. And we got these for the kill switch to hook it up. So we are gonna get this motor mounted where it goes. And then we're going to put the chain on and cut the chain to length. So let's do it. All right, got the engine mounted down, got bolts on it. Now, gotta get our chain, our new chain, cut to length. So I'm gonna get it cut to length, then I'll probably film me putting the master link on it. Then we get to drive it. Yeah. All right, everybody, got the engine mounted and got the chain on. That means one thing, we don't have the kill switch hooked up right now, but that can be that can be for later. So let's fire this thing up. We have it on a stand just to make sure everything's good first. Here we go. To do the first drive in it. Oh, I'm so scared. Alright, subscribe so you can watch the rest of the go-kart. So the next video is going to be me riding it, so make sure to subscribe so you can watch me ride. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. There'll be a lot more videos of the go-kart, and peace out.